All right, we're going to do a maze book. Now, we're going to fold this piece of paper exactly like we folded this one into 16ths. So you're going to start short edges together, fold and unfold like you've been doing. And break the fold in the other direction. Kind of got off my fold there, so I'm going to fix that. I felt resistance when I went back and I pushed it anyway, so I shouldn't have done that. And a lot of times I'll just use my finger because a bone folder is really going to give you like a crisp fold. And once you're done with something, you can, that's when you can bone fold it, is when you're finished and you're ready to crease it hard. But while I'm doing it, I usually don't use my bone folder. Okay, so that's the first fold. Now we're gonna fold and unfold until we have 16. Long edges. I'm just trying to break the fold, but I don't know, feels resistant a little bit. Doing the center. Break that last fold. And what I'm doing here, when you see me kind of rolling it, is I'm finding that fold, that initial fold that I made, and I'm just kind of letting the paper show me where that is, because I kind of can't see it. And so I'm just kind of getting a feel for it and then crease it down. Like that, okay? So now I'm gonna draw the cuts before I just start cutting it so you can see what we're gonna do. So we're gonna cut like a spiral into this. So we're gonna start on the outer edge and we're gonna come in 3, go down 2, over 2, up 1, over 1. So across 3, down 2, over 2, up 1, over 1. Okay, but I'm gonna draw that out so you can see. So that's over 3, down 2, 2 folds is what I'm talking about, 2 sections, 1, 2, that's what I mean. Across 1, 2, 3, down 2, across the 2, oops, I kind of overlapped it, then up 1, over 1. Kind of can't see, put it, I'll just turn it, rotate it so I can see what I'm doing. There's my end point, there's my start. So I'll put it back the way it was, see if you can see. So it's like this, over 3, down 2, over 2, up 1, over 1. Okay, so now I'm going to cut that. I think my drawing, the way I drew it was off because I used that to guide me, so sorry about that. But I'm using the edge of the paper to line up my ruler, so. And one. And one. Okay, so there's your spiral that we just cut in there. You can see that, kind of stretch it apart. So you can see the spiral cut. And now what you're going to do with this is you're going to gather it up, and you can start not, you know, designing it and figuring out what you're going to do. That's kind of what these mock-ups are for, is so you could kind of sketch onto the book, onto this little mock-up, how you're going to lay this thing out. Because then if you're going to print it, if you're going to stencil it, if you're going to stamp it, you want to know that ahead of time, where things need to go to be the cover, to be the back, to be the, you know, if you want an image that covers the whole piece, and how you might interact, have type interact with that or anything in that way. You got a plan. So make a mock-up always. And that's what we're doing right now for this in this video. Is this should not be your final that you're making. You need to make one with the video so that you learn how to do it, and then you're going to make a real one with better materials and with content. And that goes for any of these structures. So now if I want to start here, I could just start folding it up and gathering like an accordion. And you're going to know what to do when you start handling the paper. And I kind of correct it, like if I feel like something's getting off as I go, as I gather, kind of just give it a little pinch around the edges and then keep going. And that's what I usually do, is gather a little bit and then kind of fold it down. And then this last bit, like that. And so you can decide if that's going to be the front or the back, or how it's going to work with your content. But you can see these two are very similar, but they're folded. They come from a different starting point because they have that spiral. And I have some examples of both of these that you can see, but you can see the difference. But they're very similar. So these two maze books, one's a zigzag and one is the spiral maze book. Okay, there you go. We've got 3 more to do.